Well, what do you think? Why was that Motown's first hit?
Had a great beat. You could dance to it.
It sounds like early Carole King too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Some of her demos, I got to hear some of them because Darnielle had gotten her demos and he was using them as a teaching tool on basically writing a good song, even if you're not a very good piano player.
And so, why was this so successful?
Catchy hook, um, relatable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very, very universal.
exactly. Yeah, but it's got an insistent rhythmic pattern. It invites people to bounce along with it, make them happy because it's a warning song, but it's lighthearted.
Mhm.
Uh, so it's not a somber thing because with the lyrics, it could have easily been gone a different direction.
Well, that's with a wink. Uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
and it's an advice song. I remember when I was studying songwriting, there was a lot of advice songs, like the Supremes.
Interesting thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I think when it first came out, that wasn't called Motown. That was R&B.
yeah. And it evolved into Motown. It's not quite the full Motown arrangement and everything, but that's what gave him the seed money. And obviously, Berry Gordy was quite a entrepreneur, um, both in a good way and uh, um, I'll be diplomatic, but there were, in a strong-armed way, he worked his way, but he was an incredible, uh, had a sense of what sold or what people wanted and what acts and what writers. And he built an incredible empire in Detroit and then moved to LA, to Bel Air, which is where I met him many years later.
I
Um,
think the other thing about that song, besides I called it R&B, but really it was very close to being a rock and roll style song. It's a little bit faster beat than a lot of R&B, and I think that got it a lot more playtime on rock stations that a lot of R&B never got onto.
It wasn't uh, gospel R&B. It was sort of pop kind of
Yeah,
R&B. And
yep.
it was and it was 1960. You could see it. We're making the transition from the 50s to the 60s.
It was more palatable to the white audience's
There
ear.
you go.
Yeah.
And Barry Gordy knew that. He knew that he wanted to get both audiences.
Exactly.
And it was the original crossover because it was not a race record. It didn't sound like blues. It didn't
Right.
sound like gospel, and it wasn't overly black, but it had an R&B kind of feel. And of course, part of that was Smokey Robinson's vocal. Uh, one thing, and I should have gotten a copy of the Marvelettes singing it because in the Marvelettes, the melody was more focused. Here, Smokey was doing a little more improv with the melody and taking more liberties. But my mama told me, you better shop around. There's a hook. That's something you walk down the street, it's going repeating in your mind. And, um, the Supremes did You Can't Hurry Love. There's another advice song. Um, there's, uh, so this is just that universal. And so out of this uh, uh, channels with all the radio stations and the whole top 40 network at the time, and then built upon it. Oh, there's the chicken again.
That's John Luke. He likes to sing.
Does the chicken like Smokey Robinson?
Yes, he does.
Okay. But it's not my girl, it's my hen, right? Okay. Anything else about this song, or should I go to the next one that I picked is the one I think from an arrangement and the sound is probably the most classic Motown sound song. It is so well arranged, so well put together. And I think it was co-written with someone else. Smokey Robinson wrote it, and uh, I think it is the Temptations. Uh, and I listened to it, and I'm going, boy, talk about a hit record from the beginning to the end. There isn't a wasted uh, beat, wasted second. Come on. Yeah, this is a Temptation.